Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of the Reupload podcast. I'm your host Sam, and today with two of my friends, we got Jason and we got Isaac. And boys, you want to tell the viewers about yourself quickly?
First of all, that's Sam. Thank you for having me on. My name is Jason Welmer. Fun fact about me: 6'7" tall.
Oh, mate,
basketball.
you can't release your information on here.
Sorry about that. And yeah, I'm also a Brazilian American. Yeah.
There you go. And Isaac, yourself?
Yeah. Well, again, thanks for having us on, bro. We've been talking about this for a little while, so it's very, very good to have this in this lovely setting here as well. My name is, as you said, Isaac. I'm not going to release my last name. No, it's Clark. It's a super white last name. I'm half Samoan from descent. My dad's a Kiwi, and I was born here in this lovely land called Australia. So
there we go. I'm Sam Fraser. Most of you imagine will know who I am. If you don't, I was born in Melbourne, grown up in Sydney for 16 years now. Moved around a lot. Let me see. It's about it, eh? And this is the first episode, as I said, and the three of us love to, have deep conversations. And I thought it would be great to have these two boys, on. They're two of my best mates as well. And yeah, exactly.
We're fully vaccinated.
Oh yeah, well, by the way, we're fully vaccinated. Anything we say, please do not take it to heart.
Discretion, please.
Exactly. I really hope you enjoy the first episode. And yeah, we followed all the COVID rules. Everybody's safe. There's only three of us in this office anyways. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. And this is going to be on Apple. If you're watching the video, it's going to be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And then if you're watching the Spotify, it's going to be on YouTube, on Ray's Entertainment YouTube page.
Say less, baby. Let's go.
So let's get into it. So what's been going a lot at the moment is, there's dramas with Dave Chappelle, and the three of us have spoken about this recently. And I said to the boys, let's not go full in depth and let's finish off our conversation on the podcast.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know Dave Chappelle, he's doing a comedy show which Netflix uploaded. And he was talking about transgenders. I don't know specifics, but he made some joke that people don't like, and now you're seeing all over the media, Dave Chappelle getting cancelled. And let's get to it, boys. So Isaac, you want to start us off?
Well, I was just going to start off by saying cancel culture, stupidest thing in the world.
Oh,
Honestly, just can't believe it. Someone can get cancelled for saying something they said 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a tweet they posted, whatever. I think that's ridiculous. We're not the same people we were 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I was still barely. I couldn't even run, to be honest.
Exactly. You're 4 years old.
Was exactly right. Yeah. And so Dave Chappelle, not going to go into specifics, not going to say like exactly what he said, but the guy, if he had said it 5, 7, 10 years ago, whatever, funniest thing in the world. But unfortunately, the world we live in today takes everything very offensively. And I think Dave Chappelle, very funny guy. Wonderful comedian, and he's and he's not shying away from the challenge either. He's stepping up to it, saying screw cancel culture. Like, I still want to be relevant. This is how I make my money. That's how I make my living. He did, in his mind, he did nothing wrong, and to me, he sort of did nothing wrong either. He just made fun of some people, and some people took it personally. So
100% right. And with comedians, they really can't even do proper comedy. They can't talk their minds at all. I was saying to the boys, like being a Jew, you always hear Jewish jokes. Like there'll be someone joking about, I don't know, about how we have a lot of money, or how we're in every fucking movie, for example. And obviously, and I don't take it personally, and I assume you boys don't either. Like having African American descent and having Samoan descent. I assume you've obviously heard jokes yourselves.
Oh no, of course. You hear it a lot, but especially the boys. But there's no ill intention there. It's with the boys, and
exactly.
I don't take it seriously. So
Exactly.
And then, like I said before, I'm half Samoan, but some of the boys at footy don't even realise that I'm Samoan. They still think I'm Greek. So it's like I'm some sort of Greek or Lebanese or something like that. I literally had people at church come up to me the other day, and they were just like, "Oh, so I just realised you're Samoan." And I'm like, I've been hanging out with the Islander community the whole time. Just because I can grow a little bit of facial hair doesn't mean I'm Greek. Come on,
no,
man.
You're right. I've heard fucking Arab when I grow out my beard. Heard Arabic. I've heard log. The worst is when you someone's like, Are you like 32?
Yeah.
Brother, I'm just turned 20 this year. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I get 25 plus all the time.
I've
even
gotten
at
28
work.
before, so
Yeah,
like,
28?
28. And then
Bloody
when I'm a babyface, like people think I'm
Insane.
just a tall 16-year-old. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah,
like,
you could be.
you know.
And Jason,
possible.
got anything to say about the Dave Chappelle
Oh
drama?
no, like I agree with Isaac 100%. Like you know, like 10 to 15 years ago, like stuff like this wouldn't have been cancelled. No one would have cared. Everyone would just laughed about it. But like now, the world we live in is just
Yeah, it's
it's not there
unfortunate.
at all. It's not. You know, it's not fun. Like you know, having to do comedy and then you know you have to be careful what you say.
And
so
yeah, you got to think about everything you say now. You can't
Yeah.
even you
Mhm.
can't even just have fun with your mates.
Exactly.
Like even here, I'm still trying to be relatively careful. As
Yeah.
well.
Oh, we have to be.
I don't want to be cancelled first episode. So.
Oh, exactly. Come on now. So the first one, especially being uni, like me and Jason are uni students, and you know, you say something, and even now at uni, in uni lectures, someone will be like, "Hi, I am so and so. My pronouns are she, him, or her, or they," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
gives a crap, man?
10 years ago, did a teacher go up to you and say, "Hi, I'm Sam Fraser. My pronouns are Mr. and Sir."
Yeah, far out.
yeah.
Or him, or whatever it is. You know, it's just, it's very weird, the world we live in. Obviously, you got to adapt, and, you know, obviously, I'm starting to get used to it. Well, actually, really not. But, like, yeah, it's crazy to think about.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to approach you and be like, "Hey, him, Samuel."
Yes, exactly.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Mr. Jason.
Exactly.
Like you know, if you're a teacher or something, I'll call you, "Hey, Mr. Welmer." or
Obviously.
whatever.
Obviously,
But
of course.
that's out of just
Yeah,
simple,
but like
you know,
even like
respect.
going up to someone being like calling her a she, it could be like, oh, I'm offended by that.
Yeah.
You know, something could happen.
How
with that, so-
ridiculous is
I know,
that?
You
right?
can't. Especially the... Oh, mate.
That's the world we live in now, though.
Especially. You're 100% right. Especially with the LGBTQ+. Well, I don't know what the rest of it is. QI minus.
plus, yeah.
We're not making fun of it, the name. We just don't know what it is genuinely. And even so, you go up to a person. Again, this is just a stereotype. You go up to a person with coloured hair. You go say, "Hi, did you just assume my gender?"
Yeah.
You can't even. You have to be very careful. And like, I went to a Catholic university, not anymore, but I was going to one. And even there, same stuff. You wouldn't expect it as well. We don't expect it, but you know, as we said, that's the world we live in at the moment.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
wish people just toughen up. Stick them back in the 90s, chuck
Oh,
them in the NBA, bro, and
Yeah.
you toughen up real quick, bro.
Exactly,
That's for sure.
exactly, mate.
Sticking them MJ's balls, mate, and
No,
they're doing nothing, bro.
100%. No, but it's just crazy to think about, you know. But yeah, let's move on from that topic. I was thinking, let's talk about you guys for a bit. So you wanna, I don't know, start off from the beginnings.
Yeah, sweet. You guys already know my name. I'm Isaac Clark.
What's your name again, buddy?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my name is Mr. Isaac Clark.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
forget the Mr. It's a Mr. But yeah, so I am. I'll say my height. I'm 6'2", because you know Jason said he's 6'7" or
I have
7'3",
to
or
say, you know.
7'9".
whatever he
Have
is.
to
You know,
say.
Giannis. Alright, but yeah, so I am 19 years of age, but I currently wish to pursue a career in rugby union. So these two fine gentlemen here, they are university students at the moment. I finished school. I sort of thought that was enough for me. I could still do university if I wanted, join these guys, do a music course if I wanted, but for me, it's not really my passion. Like just footy's the go for me. That's what I want. I've got the size for it. and
Exactly.
I've got the mental side of it, and yeah, working real hard for it. So.
And a question for you. Obviously, this is coming from a uni student, but did you ever think about university? And what were like the strengths of university you thought, and what were the weaknesses? Like, nah, I don't want to go there. That's not what I want to do.
Yep. So a little bit of context for me. I stopped playing rugby union when I was 13. 13, I believe, was my last season. Just because it was on a Sunday and I had church on a Sunday, we sort of put church first, and we were just like, go to church on a Sunday, and footy can just it can either remain in the past or say as sort of a side note. I still did footy. Someone's in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
Someone's in trouble. I still did footy for school and whatever else, but yeah, even at school I was sort of like, like footy was a major thing for me. It never really went away. And I did consider uni, doing a music course. I was a drummer at the time. I ended up getting like a 47 out of 50 in music extension, and
Oh, wow.
a band 5.
Wow, that's really good.
A high band 5 in music 2. As a drummer, music 2 is all theory and that. I could not care less about Mozart, Chopin, Bach, King Batch, whatever his name is.
King Batch,
King
the
Batch,
fucking
yeah. But yeah, like honestly, I couldn't care less about those guys. I was doing music with a girl who played flute, who was all about that stuff, and I was, super happy that she ended up doing whatever she wanted to do. But for me, I just want to play drums, and for me, sort of university was a course that I could think about. Then I realised my drum tutor never went to university, or he did it a couple times, and he just said he just does gigs now. So he's drumming for the Veronicas.
Oh, really?
On their tour in Australia. Yeah.
Wow, good on him.
So he's been doing that for the last couple of years. He drummed for Chloe, who's an up-and-coming Australian artist who's very, very good. So he's one of the best drummers in Sydney, and I was very fortunate enough to have him as my tutor. So.
Yeah, well, you're right with that. Like, nowadays, you don't have to go to university. There's obviously certain things, like, for example, Jason wants to do business, and I'm doing advertising. So, yeah, there's, for those, jobs, you need one. But say, example, you're working in the film industry.
Yeah.
You're working in the music industry.
Yeah.
You're working in, I don't know, so-and-so. There's probably other things. But you don't need it. My mum and dad both didn't go to university. And this is we're in right now. This is theirs from hard work. And the house I live in is from their hard work. They both work in the finance industry, and they've worked in it for 20, 30 years now, and they've killed it.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, I know, they've killed it.
And a lot of stuff these days, like, you can do an apprenticeship or, just some work experience. And
Such a good way to go.
No uni needed.
You don't need it. Obviously, in my opinion, I want my kids to go to uni. That's just my opinion, because I've done it. I think it's, at least, you don't want to rush into a decision unless you're 100% sure. Like, obviously, yourself, you know what you want to do, and you're following that path.
Yeah.
Like me, I didn't know what I got in. The ATAR, it's very fucked up. Like, the way it's done, they need to change it.
Yes,
and
definitely.
I got a 53 ATAR, which some of the viewers will know. And I had troubles with trials. I had a bad concussion, anyways. And I struggled. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do sports management originally, and then my marks came in, and sports management is like a 90 or something. It's high.
Very high.
So I was scrambling. I was like, what should I do? And then advertising popped up, and that was something I never even thought about. My mom knew a guy that did it, and she was like, you know what, just put that down there, give it a go. And now I love it, and with the advertising, filming stuff came, and then this came up with the filming stuff. So, and Jason, what about yourself? Let's talk about your beginnings.
So if you guys forgot, my name is Jason Welmer. That's also my Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook handle. So
Isaac, you want to shout out yours?
Oh yeah, I actually don't even know any of my handles, so you can just search.
I think it's like Isaac J. Clark or something.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Isaac.Clark, something like that. Yeah, just search me. I'm sure you'll find me. I'm just a big dude with two little dudes hanging off me on my Instagram DP. It's playing footy. So.
And back to you,
my name is Jason Welmer. I've been a year out of high school now, and this year for me it's been, with COVID and that in Sydney, it's been a great year so far for me, and I'm looking to right now pursue a professional career in basketball and have uni on the side at the moment. So
and you want to talk about so Jason, this is something which a lot of people haven't, a lot of people don't do this, and I don't know why. Because it's actually a smart option. So for me, I went and wasted a year and a half. And I didn't say I wouldn't waste a year at Notre Dame. I went to Notre Dame, and now I got my UTS. I didn't waste a year at Notre Dame, but I could have done what Jason did in 18 weeks. So Jason went to TAFE and did the 18-week course, which is, you want to explain?
Yeah,
Give your
pretty
perspective
much,
on it?
I'm not going to disclose my ATAR here today, but I was a bit short of the course I wanted to get into. I thought, you know what, TAFE this year is for free. It's free for me, so I went to TAFE for 18 weeks. I got an average of 92 in Diploma of Business, and
killed it,
I was eligible to any course I wanted to.
Someone really is in trouble.
He's in trouble today,
Mate, even though I was in the city last night, and literally there was about 30 cops. It was the weirdest thing. There was this guy. He had one arm, and there was about 10 cops chasing after them. Yeah. And then we were waiting for the Uber, and then 10 cops running like a fucking single file chasing someone. It's the funniest shit.
From a cartoon.
Oh, mate, literally the funniest thing.
But also it's a Friday night, so less stuff like that's going to happen.
It goes down, bro. It goes down.
And what do you think, Jason? Obviously, me and Jason, we talked about uni a lot because, I'm a year ahead of Jason. Jason's my age, but for some reason he did high school the year after us. Because me and Isaac, 2019, Jason was 2020 graduate. And I've given Jason perspectives and my opinions on certain things, and why was your decision to do TAFE instead of do uni for that year?
So like for me, like I didn't think I was ready to go uni straight away with the marks I got. Like
Yeah.
I wanted, to take a year off, but I also want to do some sort of study,
Mm-hmm.
just to progress into uni and that.
Exactly.
So I was like, you know what, TAFE is free this year,
Yeah.
considering, the world we live in now with COVID.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I can get good marks in this, or even if I can get good marks in it, I can, try out the course. If I don't like the course, I can be like, okay, I tried it out. I don't like business. I can
Yeah.
do something else.
Mhm.
I ended up liking it, which is great. But yeah, it was a good experience.
And as
overall.
I've said, I respect what you did. Pardon me. Jason's worked very hard, and do you mind if I talk about the message you just got the other day?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah.
So Jason just got an offer from UTS. It's was it business
A
degree?
double degree, yeah. Yes, sir.
Which is like to say the kid's gone to TAFE and then gone up, and now he's doing one of the top business degrees in Australia. Like, to say that, he's worked very hard, and I respect it a lot from him. Very proud of him.
Thank you.
And it's tough. It's proving if you do shit in the HSC or HI, just have a shit year 12 experience.
Yeah.
Like, I had a pretty bad year 12 experience. You can still move on and have a better next year.
And
you
I
know?
also just want to clarify, like, for me, like, it won't take me a year longer in uni and that because, some
Yeah.
credits transfer over.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like, it's going to take me the same amount of time as someone who started uni,
Yeah.
like, the same year as me. So,
Yeah.
and it's also, I save money on it as well. So,
He
great
didn't
pathway.
have to pay for TAFE. That's,
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
huge. And on top of that, like his mindset never wavered either. He was sort of like, this was my dream course. I want this.
Oh,
So
you
I'm going
worked-
to do this TAFE course. TAFE course, I'm going to work my butt off for it. All of a sudden now his dreams come reality. So he's now
Exactly.
working a course which he will start pretty soon, I'd imagine.
Yes, sir,
And,
next year.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
he's
he's
done
gone
really
for
well. And say he does UTS or even UCIT or wherever he ends up, there's great opportunities. Especially with in being in the business world. And yeah, you both you boys do really well in your footy and your basketball or business or whatever you end up doing. Exactly. About footy, you want to talk more about your footy experience? Maybe
of
going who you play for,
Yeah.
your aspirations.
So I currently play for a team called Southern Districts. I play in their Colts division, which is under 20s. I'll just shorten this down for you. I have dreams this year next year I turn 20. So next season, we're already in pre-season now. Next season will be my final year at Colts, and it will be my best chance to make Australian under 20s. To represent Australia. My dream in the future is to play for the All Blacks. But I'm in the wrong country for that, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
but I think starting now, getting high enough to play for Australia under 20s would be incredible. And that's not to say that doesn't come with hard work either. It's just not like I'm just naturally gifted. God gave me this body, 6'2", 300 pounds, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not. It's not like I just was given this body. I have to be able to work hard for it. I've got to be able to show I can do. My mental strength is above whatever else anyone else's is, So our footy club, Southern Districts, we take footy very seriously. We're semi-professional, or almost on the brink of professional. Our first grade players, they do get paid to play. They do get paid to play. It's hard to speak, and they also get paid to train as well.
Yep.
And that's sort of the dream for me in the coming years, to be able to play first grade, from there be able to play Super Rugby, and then hopefully be recognised in the national spectrum. So it'd be
great.
that'll be
Go
wonderful.
for it, bro.
So,
100%.
and unlike Jason, I don't really have as solid a backup option. Jason's obviously got his university degree. For me, I'm all in on this. Like that's what I want, and all my time and effort goes into it. Plus I work 35-hour weeks at work as well, so I can be able to maintain myself financially. So
At the end of the day, we're young, we're 19, 20, so
Exactly.
like, go all in there. Go all in.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Early
100%.
20s, exactly.
You,
No,
you
but
always have enough time to get a job after, or
Definitely,
go to
definitely.
uni.
Yeah.
exactly. Go for your goals. Exactly. Like everybody, go for your goals. If you have something you want to, aim for, and even if you, as I said, we're 19, 20-year-olds, and we're still going for a goal. Like, look at this. I'm starting a podcast out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And we all have certain things that we want to work at. And with your footy, if you had a choice, to say let's say 3 years from now,
Yep.
and you're getting the call from the Australian Rugby Union and the All Blacks, what are you gonna do?
A lot of people, I know a lot of people nowadays would be like, oh, I've got to sort of take into heart the money aspect of it, sort of what, if it's a contract deal, if it's something that's just like, oh, we want you to play a couple games for the All Blacks, and then all of a sudden, never hear from you again for a couple of years. Because they're known for doing that.
Yeah.
They're known for playing their players one game, and then they won't play them ever again.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, with the international rules, which has just changed, thankfully, it has just changed. So the All Blacks, they used to do this a lot. They used to play their players once, and then they wouldn't ever let them play because they can't play for another nation once they play for one nation. So they would take all these really good players who'll be really good for, say, Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, stuff like that. They'll play them in one game for the All Blacks, and for those guys, that's their dream. That's what they want. They want to play for the All Blacks, represent the All Blacks. That's the best team in the world. One of now with South Africa up there too. But when they play that one game, All Blacks are like, sweet, you played our game, you can leave us now. And all of a sudden you can't hear from them. So the rules have now changed where it's like, if you play for a nation, you can't play for any other nation for 4 years, and then you can pick another nation that you can play for. So for guys like Malachi Fekitoa, who played 50-something games or whatever, he played a fair amount of games, you guys probably wouldn't know who he is.
No idea.
He plays in France, and now he's decided he wanted to play for Tonga. And he hasn't played for the All Blacks in over 4 years now. He was incredible. And now he has the option to play for Tonga as well. He's doing that. And I think that's awesome. For those people who only played one game, via Fafita, someone who's incredible. Everyone thought he was the next big thing for the All Blacks. All Blacks just let him go. So if the All Blacks were to call me up and give me a contract, I'm taking that 100%.
Good on you.
If the Wallabies were to call me up, give me a contract, and the All Blacks don't, I might go to the Wallabies.
Yeah.
And you have that chance to change on afterwards.
Exactly
if
right.
it doesn't work out with the Wallabies, it doesn't work out with the All Blacks. So.
So you got to sort of think about your future, what you want, and France, they're paying a lot of money in France and Japan.
Mate, you're hearing some of the contracts that
couple millions, bro.
I'm trying to think who it was. Was it Israel Flowers? Someone who was going to be able to get paid from some Canadian, the Canadian team or something.
That was Sonny Bill Williams.
Sonny Bill Williams, he was getting what? Like 2-3 million,
Yeah,
some
something like that.
insane amount.
Sorry, he's a beast, bro.
he was at Ramsgate, bro.
Was he?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, bro. He was at Anytime Fitness.
Oh, really?
I saw it on Instagram.
Mate, get on the pop lad. He's getting huge, bro. Come on now.
Bro. I was like,
hell.
Shout out to Ramsgate at 2217.
Yeah, the boys. That's the boys' area.
Oh, for any one of you's wondering,
Yeah.
Chicken Ace, man.
Chicken Ace.
Oh,
Oh, honestly, I'm telling
Mate,
you.
the chicken shop at Rand. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chicken
It's,
Ace.
so good. No, okay, and Jason also has a similar situation. So say you do get to that level in basketball, where would you play? Because you have three
Where would I
options.
play?
You
So
have three options, and all three options are good options.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I had the opportunity. I had some offers to go to college in America, and I even had one to go play in Italy.
Yeah.
Study and be a development player on a professional team.
Yeah.
But now, I also want to combine uni with basketball. Also, University Basketball League, and
Yeah, we're
the end
excited.
goal would
We're
be
excited for that, eh? We are.
It is. Yeah, excited for that. Can't
Yeah.
wait. But yeah, no, the end goal would be to maybe one day play in the NBL or be paid to play basketball because that's the dream. Be paid to do what you
That's
love.
so cool. Yeah.
Exactly.
What was that saying? You do what you love. You work a job that you love. You never work.
Something
a
like
day
that.
in
Never work a day in your life,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. I would love. So my hoop dreams, they're pretty much out of the bin now. But
Oh, bro, what do you mean?
No, the injuries,
Bro,
mate.
it's
You never
fine.
know. You never know. You never know. But
JJ Redick right there,
mate,
bro.
exactly.
JJ Redick's out of the
any
picture,
NBA
yeah.
teams, if you need a short white guy, you can shoot.
He's a man.
Mate,
Hey, yo, that's the one. That's the one.
Now my hoop dream, I had a lot of injuries. You boys know about this, but I had got my first one. We were on a basketball tour. I broke my finger. Then I did my ankles a couple times. I had a couple concussions, and then recently I broke my leg. So the boys were playing with. We play basketball, so that's how I met the boys. So my friend Ty was like, "Do you want to play basketball with these guys?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And now I met these two, and these two are like, I'm as good of friends with Ty as them, and
Yeah, he's had more injuries in basketball than I have in footy.
Exactly.
How crazy is that?
Mate, we've only known each other for what? About a year?
A year and a half now?
A year and a half, yeah. And I've been out for most of that time.
Probably, yeah, I think so.
Most of that time, yeah, because
I remember you dropped it's really weird. You would drop like a 40-point game, and then the next week you were just injured.
Oh yeah, I was injured.
And you would be injured for like a month. And you were like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's. I'm just trying to get back into it. I'm just honestly now. You don't have to. Obviously, I take basketball very seriously. My parents are even like, "Oh, Sam, don't do reps." And reps in basketball, it's the most political thing.
Very, very politicized.
Jason can tell you all about that. And yeah, it's bad. I swim in rugby. When I did rugby, I would have been, I think maybe 10. I did the trials for Randwick. it was bad then, but basketball is like next level.
Oh, yeah.
They don't look at you if you're not wearing that gear.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
The
Like,
rep gear.
with a team like Randwick, who has a lot of money, they'll often actually import a lot of players.
Really?
Like when we were younger, I remember that this is going online, so this is exclusive. This is exclusive news. I played for Rockdale, and we were going undefeated, and we ended up playing Clovelly Black.
Yeah.
And all the people on that Clovelly team, they did not play a single game that season.
Really?
Because they had just pulled them from private schools.
Hell.
And so we didn't play a single kid that we versed that whole season. In that grand final game. We ended up losing because they just ran us back and forth. And we were just a massive team who would beat them right up the guts every time.
That's what it is, though. No, honestly, like I'm trying to remember. Oh no, it was Rockdale. So I would have been 10 or 9, and I quit rugby. I played it at school, but like I stopped taking it seriously when I was 14, maybe. And we played against Rockdale.
That was my team. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we did play each other. I don't know.
We might have played each other.
I was a skinny little 5'3" kid. I was one of the taller kids on my team, and we were playing up against 6'3". It was big, bloody, fob kids.
It was about as they weren't quite as big as I am now. However, you gotta think back when you're 10, 11, 12 even, like you're going up against people like 6 foot at that age is huge.
Well, back then they didn't have like a weight rule. You could be any weight.
You could be any weight.
When I did rugby league, I was a skinny winger and that shout out to Brian Siegels, by the way. A lot of shouts today.
Yeah, I've seen the shout out. Come on now.
But no, yeah, like I'd be like 40 kgs, and you'd be wrestling like an under 12s, 80 kgs, 85 kgs.
Yeah, I was 80 kg at 12. I'm pretty sure.
Crazy.
When I was 11, I was 75. When I was 12, I was 80.
Yeah.
And I pretty much just went up in 5 kg increments since then. So
yeah.
And literally like the weight is just it's ridiculous at a young age. Those big guys are just gonna absolutely demolish the little ones.
Have you ever had like a bad injury? Like, what's your worst injury in footy, and then what's your worst injury for basketball?
So I ended up scoring a try, and I dove for the try line, and the guy stuck his knee out. And I fractured my rib.
So
I still scored the try.
The breathing is gone. I've heard.
So I still scored the try. Canada's the 5 points. I was like, yeah, sweet. I scored the try, whatever else. And then just couldn't breathe for like the next week. I was out I was meant to be out for a couple of months. I was only out for 4 weeks.
How the hell
and then
did you do it so fast?
there was also another injury that was very serious as well. I did my acromioclavicular joint, which is what connects your collarbone to your spine. So it's real bad. If you do that, you're pretty much out for the season. Your season's gone.
Bloody hell.
I had ran it straight to their big guy, bumped him off, whatever else, and then I tripped over, and the guy just literally jumps on me when I'm on the ground. I'm on my side, jumps on me, knees me, crushes my whole side through here. So I fractured my acromioclavicular joint. Again, I was only out for 4 weeks. So
how?
God's blessed me big time.
Chase, what about you, man?
So for me, like in year 8, when I first, tried to start dunking and that, like my lower back would always, maybe like tear or something, or just put stress on it. So throughout like all of year 8, I'd have lower back pains and it would suck. I'd be
you got to be careful your back.
I'd be at a chiropractor every like second week or so. And just try to play for the injury. But
that's horrible.
I'm trying. My worst one would have been it's probably this leg one, the recent one.
The knee.
Yeah, the knee probably.
Because how long were you out for?
God, what was it, 7 months?
Yeah, it was
Seven?
It was in between 6 and 7.
7 months.
Sure, so.
I'd got so we're in Darwin. By the way, gotta go to Darwin. It's very underrated. It's very hot, but you have to go to Darwin like one time in life. Do it for a week. That's all you need. Anyways, we get back from Darwin. It was the second day we were back. A mate asked if I want to play basketball. I was like, yeah, sure. And I jump up, land on the same leg, thought a pop, and I was like, yo, that doesn't sound good. And I'm like, I go to the physio. I'm like, yeah, I think I've done something to my knee. I already had knee issues all the year before, but I felt like I'd done something worse. And he was like, no, it's probably just the same thing. So I was adamant that I had done something else. So I went to the doctor and I was like, can you look at this just to give me a second look? Because my physio, and I love my physio, but I had a feeling. And he tested me for meniscus. He thought it was a meniscus tear. Thank God it wasn't. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered because I'd probably been out the same rate anyways.
Yeah, meniscus is probably the same time.
And then they said you fractured your tibia. And I'm like, how the fuck did I do that?
I don't actually know I was tibia, to be honest. So
it's cool. Crazy. I didn't do a full fracture. I didn't do like the usual fracture. I had this weird one. It was like a dent fracture. There's a scientific name for it.
But
Like
still, you're out for what, 7 months?
7 was it?
Like
6,
you
7?
recently just had your first game.
Yeah, I just played my first game.
exactly right.
Like, oh.
I looked at the stat sheet. I just got 7 points. I shot like, I reckon I shot like 3 for 20.
First game back. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
mate.
think I took one shot and
Yeah.
I got blocked. How funny was that?
No, we did. It's fun. I'm so happy to play basketball again. You know, it's just
Same,
great.
Same.
And I've got all these trials. Like there's this thing called the UBL, which is this University Basketball League. That's what UBL stands for. And they run this. Is it a tournament or do they just play comp games?
It's like a comp game for like all of Australia.
Yeah.
Unis for all of Australia.
So me and Jason been talking about that. Working our asses off. I think it's next January or February trials. So we want to work our asses off, try and make that. And that's one of the goals. Talk about basketball. We're all NBA fans.
Yeah, love
Yes,
it.
sir.
We love
Let's
it.
talk about that. So firstly, some of our favourite teams. I'm a Bulls fan, but I'm a LeBron fan. You boys?
So for me, when I first started watching NBA, I was watching the Miami Heat with LeBron in there. But
Oh,
now
good man.
I'm an OKC Thunder fan. We're not doing too well now, but
Yeah,
we
no.
have a bright future ahead, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Got Giddy. He's a
Yeah.
good player.
Yeah, I was an OKC fan to start with because of KD. I thought KD was the next LeBron. I thought he was awesome. Then he left for Golden State, so I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to support Cavs because you know what? KD left my team. I'm going to support Cavs.
Yeah, yeah.
And then LeBron's 2018 season,
Oh, mate.
2017 season, 2016 season
Oh,
blew
mate.
me out of the waters, and I was just like, man, this guy's crazy. So
He's
I've been
so
following him ever since, and then. Pretty much from there, now I'm a Lakers fan. So
Yeah, he's a LeBron fan like me. So I don't care if the Lakers win. I just want LeBron
yeah,
to
I
play
want
well.
LeBron to do well.
Yeah.
Year 19, the guy's, he's got older legs now.
End
Can't
of
do
the
as
day,
much
like
as
if he
can,
doesn't
but
win anymore, whatever, he's going to go
So
down
good.
as a top 2 player in history.
100%,
So
100%.
whether it's first or second, up to you to decide.
Oh,
but
mate.
Oh, that's a conversation.
Oh,
eh?
see, this
Go
sucks
talk
being a
about
Bulls.
it.
This sucks being a Bulls fan. So I like Jordan a lot, but I obviously like LeBron better. Like I wasn't even born. Oh no, I was 2 years old when Jordan retired.
Yeah.
2003.
Yeah.
And so I never got to see him play. I've seen highlights, but at the end of the day, everybody called him Black Jesus for a reason because he was just amazing. But
Yeah.
I can't comment. LeBron's, I hate to say this, LeBron's probably my GOAT because I've seen him, and then obviously a lot of people are Kobe, but I never was a Kobe. I was a Kobe hater. So I'm a Bulls fan, and he'd always beat us.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was more like, LeBron, I think on the court is more skilled overall.
Oh,
But, like
yes.
MJ had, if you've seen the documentary, The Last Dance,
Oh, great
had
documentary, by the
such
way.
a big impact off the court as well.
Mate,
So
he was a fucking
crazy.
beast.
And that's what I mean. Like, bro, that guy literally went down to his teammates as a bully because it was
He did.
just so he instilled winning ways to
so
them.
competitive.
Literally just said, when I pass you the ball, you catch it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
don't even think about dropping it, you catch it.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone tells you that, and they tell you with the eyes that Michael Jordan had it, you're just like, wow. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like I'm catching that ball.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, it was-
even me, like I'm sure, like even me, I'd probably be, like, I'm wider and I could probably, I'd gladly one-on-one Jordan in a boxing match, whatever else.
Yeah.
But if I see that, man, I'm head over heels running.
I feel like he would like to play with you. I think you would be cool. Isaac plays like Draymond Green. If anybody knows about Draymond Green.
Draymond Green.
I am the Draymond
He might be a
Green
better
now
passer
too.
than Draymond Green. It's actually quite funny. Isaac loves to do behind the back passes when
I
you're
love
wide
that.
open.
Yeah, love that. Eh?
So one time he threw one to me, and I was like right here. He like threw over my head or something. I think I was wide
It
open.
was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
I might hit like 2 out of 3 of the behind
He
the back
does.
passes. Eh?
For someone who's been his teammate for what, 4 years now,
That's what you guys
when
play
they're
with
on
each
the
other.
money, oh my gosh.
Oh,
It's
mate.
a
It's
show.
awesome, though.
Mate, it's
It is a
sick.
show.
It's sick.
But when they're not on the money, it's the most embarrassing thing you could
Oh,
ever
yeah.
do. So.
Oh, yeah. Let's
Just
do
pretend it didn't happen, yeah.
let's do way too early NBA predictions.
Okay.
So, firstly, I reckon we start with your Eastern Conference champions and Western Conference champions, and then your NBA champion. Should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. This is non-biased, by the way. The best team in the East at the moment is the Bulls, but
Knew you were
realistically,
going to say that.
we're not going to win the East. I don't want to set the expectations too high. I think, honestly, I don't know about Brooklyn either. I'm really liking the Miami Heat. I think they'll be. And then the West, you got to put the Warriors in there because like they've lost one game and like they're playing like how they played in 2014-15 when they beat the Cavs the first time.
When Clay's
Yeah.
coming back here, like even if he's not the same player,
Yeah.
at the very minimum he's catch and shoot.
Exactly
I
right.
That's the
would-
second best shooter of all
I would
time.
love to see Heat win. I'm gonna put it Heat because I don't like the Warriors. But then I gotta put you don't know what the Lakers are gonna look like as well.
Yeah, because Westbrook has been so inconsistent.
He plays really well by himself.
Yeah, he does,
Yeah.
100%. But
But
he
he
was
needs
so,
someone to play with LeBron.
he was so trash at the start of the season. Literally, like I think one of the last games he had a triple double. Incredible game, and one of the best games of the season alongside Steph Curry's 50-point game or whatever it was. But he's probably had some of the worst performances of the season as well. So you just never know.
But does a triple double get you wins? No, it doesn't. It seems like Westbrook. He's a competitor and he probably wants to win, but sometimes he just wants to get the stats. It looks like it, from my opinion. But anyways,
but stats can never tell someone's mindset. You don't know where he's at, what he's going to do. So I really love the Bulls at the moment. I think the Bulls have such an exciting team. They have such a great core, man, and I think I would love to see them win the East. I would 100%.
Mate, I would cry.
And honestly, but you can never ever count Giannis out.
Even so,
you can never count Giannis out.
They've had a rough start. I think they're 6-6.
It's just injuries and that's not helping.
Exactly.
But it's not going to be like that the whole season. Hopefully not for them.
I don't think they'll repeat though.
But I reckon if they can make it like 8th seed or something like that, they already have a chance of winning the chip. Just because Giannis is a different beast in the
you got to put him in there.
And also Chris Middleton, man,
he pulls his weight big time.
If Chris Middleton didn't play for the Bucks, he would average 25 a game.
Yeah, 100%. I actually rate that. That's a solid He was I reckon he was like Kevin Love on the T-Wolves, and then Kevin Love went to Cavs with LeBron, and Kevin Love
stats dropped.
Exactly right. So Chris Middleton could do the same. He could go to a team not as good.
He went to Detroit or something.
Yeah, exactly right.
And he used to play. I think he used to play at Detroit. I think he was drafted there.
Yeah, but that was when he was a rookie. So.
And what about your West? Who do you have in the West?
I got Golden State going the whole way, just because Steph Curry at the moment.
It's the best player in the world at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, and I know our mate Ruben loves PG.
Oh, he does.
PG has been having an incredible season, but
MVP dark horse.
Clippers cannot win a game.
No, they're not. What?
They can't do anything.
Oh,
man.
then, mate.
They're literally on Lakers level, and Lakers are having one of the worst start at the moment.
They're not doing it. Lakers' record doesn't reflect how bad they're playing.
Yeah.
I think they were 2 games over 500, but they've lost to Oklahoma City 2 times.
Yeah, something like that.
They've blown about 4 fourth quarter leads.
Yeah,
ridiculous. What about you, mate?
So for me, I disagree with you, Sam. I think I'm the Bucks repeating. So I have the Bucks and the Warriors in the finals, and
that'd be cool though. That would be great.
Bucks
series
in 6.
to say. That would be an interesting matchup because who can guard Giannis?
Exactly.
But then again, who can guard Steph?
Drew Holiday could every once in a while.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But if Steph just keeps on popping threes,
as great as a defender Holiday is,
I don't think so.
So what the Warriors do really well is they're able to get their matchups. They're able to set a screen and Curry can just go to work.
Exactly.
And Curry is one of the best people to work around a screen.
Yeah.
When someone makes a screen, you cannot move in front of that screen. You have to go behind it.
Mate,
if you go behind it, he's just going to step back and pop a 3. If you go in front of it, he's literally going to run around you. There's nothing you can do. The guy's all about it when it comes to screen.
He changed the game in basketball. Someone like Jason's height 3-4 years ago wouldn't even shoot a 3.
Yeah. But now
and now he's in. We played on Tuesday. He's made 4?
He made He's literally swished 4 threes. Yeah.
And someone who used to be
we want him to shoot him. And even so, back in the day, I was the only person that my coach allowed to shoot 3s. And now you see the game and it's so different. And I'm happy it's different. But now you've seen these kids I go to this basketball court and there's a bunch of kids that go there. You've seen these kids that are shooting 3s and I'm like, mate, when I was 10 years old, I would just work on layups.
Because that's what you got to work on. You
free throws.
You can't start right at the top. You got to start at the bottom. You got to be able to work your way up, and you got to be able to earn your 3s. You can't just have it and just shoot it.
Mate, these kids are stepping out of the 3-point line, working on off the dribble shit. I'm like, you can work on off the dribble shit, and a lot of my 3-pointers are off the dribble. But at the end of the day, you're kids, mate. Working off layup or something.
Fundamentals.
You have to, 100%.
And all Jason's 3s, just so we let you know, Jason was open for all of them. Literally, all we did was pass on the ball, catch, shoot, fire, switch.
They were kind of disrespecting me.
The only bad shot Jason takes is he loves to take a floater on 4 people.
So he loves to take a running floater
on 5 people,
literally on the baseline. He'll be running literally to the baseline, try to go for a right hand hook, and just rim it. He'll backboard and rim it.
Yeah, always hits the same spot. It's actually quite funny.
And I literally told him this after the game. I was like, mate, you do this all the time. He's like, do I really? And me and Sam like, yeah.
He does, mate. 100%. Let me see. Should we talk about MVPs? Who do you...
Yeah. I think we sort of brushed over it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do MVP and then we'll do most improved player. Because I like the most improved player. That's probably my favourite award. One of them.
Yeah.
Let me see. MVP, you got to put... I have Curry or Paul George.
Curry,
Yeah.
100%.
But I think Curry's going to win it because Paul George.
Paul George wasn't
is
got enough
They're not
wins.
winning
Not
games.
getting the
So,
wins,
And
yeah.
then
That's why LeBron didn't win it in 2018.
Yeah.
They didn't win games. So
And boys, MVP? What do you
most
think?
improved.
Oh, MVP. Who do you think?
MVP Curry. I
Yeah.
got Curry.
Chase.
Curry as well.
I think most improved. Who's really improved this year?
Miles Bridges, bro.
Oh, he has.
Miles
He has. No, he has. He's got to be in there.
Miles Bridges.
He's top stuff.
Anthony,
right now,
Anthony Edwards. He's turned. Obviously, you shouldn't win it after your.
Yeah, after your rookie season.
Yeah, but like he's jumped. He's gone from. I think I have him in the All-Star game.
Mm.
He's averaging like 26 a game.
Yeah, wow. I
He's
didn't even
killing it.
realise
He
that.
just dropped 50 on Steph Curry. Oh, Wiggins' head. Wiggins is a good defender,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Well, he had a good first year, but like, you know,
Yeah.
his second year's just
Mate, he's-
that much improved though.
Yeah, true. Hey, that's
He's outplaying Carthy Towns, which I didn't think anybody could do in Minnesota, but he's doing
yeah.
it.
Well, Cat has been real quiet since 2016. So
Yeah, no.
you know,
He just does the same
Yeah.
stuff. He's just not. It's just because Minnesota sucks.
Yeah, we thought he was one of the most skillful centers when he was like 2016, bro. So skillful.
Yeah.
Could do a whole bunch of stuff around the rim. Could dribble the ball, handle, could pass really
Yeah, but now
well.
it's 5 years later. Now he's like 25.
Yeah. Now we got Rudy Gobert. You know, we
Oh,
got
Gobert a
we got,
fucking beast.
yeah, we got Joakim Noah,
Joakim Noah.
but Nikola Jokic. You know,
Oh,
that's-
Nikola
that's the
Jokic
guy.
is a
That's
beast.
the guy.
Yeah, good shit.
Oh, what about that scuffle that he had with
Oh yeah,
the Morris twin?
That was bad, eh?
I was
That
watching
so
it
bad.
live, man. I was like,
Hey, they get bad. Like some of these NBA players are dirty. That's something I would probably. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you 100%.
yeah, but
I
what,
would do
what Jokic did, I don't think it was dirty. Like, if you, as a man, especially, I think,
Oh yeah, you've
as a man, if you, someone does that, especially, it
someone's
wasn't a basketball
going
player.
your way.
you've seen me. You've
Yeah.
seen me get very close to that. I
Yeah,
got in a
yeah,
fight on
yeah.
it. Were you there?
I don't.
No,
I was, not
I
there.
was
I've
there,
heard about
yeah.
this.
So I was dribbling. I did it. It wasn't a basketball play. I hooked this guy's arm, tried to get around him, and he didn't like it. So he shoved me, and then I got in his face, and all four of his teammates came running over.
It
and
was the funniest thing. I'm not even gonna lie. Sam was in the middle of their whole team. He was
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to dribble through their whole team.
Yeah.
And he literally picks on the smallest dude.
Oh yeah.
Hooks his arm around the smallest dude in
Yeah.
their team, and the smallest dude in their team pushes him. So Sam goes up to him, arcs him up. Literally, I think he gave him a tiny little nudge.
I had like
and
a
then
finger.
It was the team that we played last week.
Yeah, yeah.
And their best player comes through, who's massive, like
Oh, yeah.
big Lebanese dude. And I just stood in his way. I'm like, mate, you even touch him, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna deck you.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Like, I
exactly.
hope you understand that. Like,
And then no, but the funniest thing about it, I got teched.
yeah,
I-
so you both got tech.
Yeah, but like
But,
I didn't really.
you got copped a tough one because I think what was most.
I didn't really. do
I think what it was for instigating.
Yes.
Instigating sort of an aggressive behaviour.
I guess
From their team.
The refs hate me. Like I said fuck one time.
Yeah,
I got
the
teched,
ref
and then
teched him, yeah.
and then we're playing up against this guy yesterday. He said the other day, and he said, "Oh mate, every swear within the dictionary." He would complain about every foul call. Didn't get anything.
It was, bro.
I would've been ejected.
I could not understand. He got one tech because he swore at the ref. After the fifth time he swore at the ref, it was the female ref. She gave him a tech.
I would have been ejected for that.
Yeah, 100%.
First time, would have just got tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Would've ejected.
as a
straight up.
ref, you cannot cop that. Like,
No,
you
you
shouldn't ever be copping that. You know, I even bumped the guy in the head and he was going off at her and she did nothing. And I was like, man, like just give him a tech already. You know, get this guy out of the game.
Oh mate, it's crazy. You want to talk about the UFC? Jason doesn't know this as much.
You know, I know a little bit now, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this, but yeah, I'll try my best to.
Let's go. So who do we have? Who just fought? We had Kobe Covington Usman.
Oh man, I'll tell you what,
Good
because
fight.
I love Covington. I think
He's the funniest guy.
he's such a funny dude. Like any of you guys see his Instagram, he does all these promos with these girls around him.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's the funniest thing in the world. He just calls your names and that. And to be honest with you, he's a great fighter. Like,
He is.
he really is a great fighter. And it was a shame that he lost his fight. A lot of people were saying that he was robbed. A lot of people were saying that it was closer, but he couldn't.
He
He
got knocked
couldn't
down
have won.
twice.
Couldn't have won his fight.
Usman's just too good. He's just too good.
Unfortunately, at the moment, Usman, I don't see anyone beating him.
I don't see anybody
Don't see
beating him.
anyone
He's like Khabib. Like who else? Unless maybe that Hamzat guy. You know,
Maybe, but he has to get a couple.
He's
more
not
fights
even.
in him.
He just got ranked now.
He has to get a couple more fights in him
Yeah.
to even be put on that sort
But
of
I
level.
don't even think so. Like he's just too much of a beast. I thought Holloway. Okay, surely Holloway give him something.
Yeah.
First fight, he did okay actually. First fight, and then second fight, okay, he's training for Usman. Gets knocked out in third round maybe I
Yeah.
think it was, and it was a brutal knockout.
He just wasn't ready
brutal.
for it, man. Wasn't because Usman, something he does really well is he's able to pack in his muscle in such a light frame.
Oh, he does.
He has so much muscle on him. It's like imagine that my size.
How does that guy weigh 170? I don't get it.
Yeah, like literally, the guy looks like he could be over 200 and something pounds.
Yeah, I'll chuck up a picture. I'll chuck up a picture.
Yeah.
But like you guys would look at him, it's like 170.
Some of these guys, like I'm not into UFC as much. Some of these guys don't even look like the athletes. Like,
No,
they just look
what
like,
about that dude who looks like Boris Johnson, mate?
Oh yeah, some of them. No, the guy I love is Paddy. Isn't Paddy? What's his name? Paddy Pimlet.
Yeah,
He's this British
yeah.
bloke. He looks like some dude you just go meet in the pub in England. You just
Yeah,
walk over.
that's the dude I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Boris Johnson, mate,
yeah, mate. He does not look like a fighter
and
at
these
all.
guys get paid millions to.
And he's so entertaining.
Oh, he is.
He's so funny, man. Like
Mate.
honestly, like it's literally like anyone seen that Snoop Dogg where he was commentating on the fight.
Yeah.
It's like Snoop Dogg, but in the British version.
Oh yeah, no, he is.
The guy is so entertaining. To
That's the
watch.
problem with MMA. Like, there's not a lot of personalities. Who's the only big MMA person we've had is still Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor,
It's
100%.
still Conor McGregor.
Oh, everyone knows Conor McGregor.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, Conor McGregor, he's done so well for himself, bro. Even though he's lost a bunch of fights or whatever else, and he's been on a couple of
I don't
challenges,
think he'll win
whatever,
another UFC fight. I'll be honest.
He's done, but the amount of money he's been making from his
mate.
liquor shop, is
The Floyd
whatever else
Mayweather
he's
fight,
done.
he got
Floyd Mayweather.
300.
No, so Floyd
million.
got 300,
And
he got
he
100.
did his
100.
good in the ring.
Still
He
crazy.
did good in the ring as well.
He put up.
for like good 8 rounds.
But you put Floyd in the octagon. Floyd's never winning one. He's
Oh, of
not even
course.
winning a round.
Well,
bro.
for like supposedly the best boxer of all time, I don't call Floyd the best boxer. I think Canelo. I think if
At
we had
the
a
moment?
Floyd Canelo
yeah.
fight, I think Canelo would beat him in like
Yeah. So
under 10 rounds.
I'm a massive boxing fan. Love my
Oh, me
boxing.
too.
Because
Love it.
like in another life, bro, I would be a boxer.
Oh yeah,
I would love to have a go at Tyson Fury.
Oh,
I
imagine.
would, honestly, man.
You know, he's
'cause
got
I-
like he's like 6'10".
He's 6'10", and he's just
6'10's crazy.
fat, bro. But
He's
the
a
guy
big-
is awesome.
man.
He's so smart because he comes from a family of bare knuckle fighters. The guy just has such an incredible style where he can feint, bang,
Oh,
bang,
mate.
and you're just shocked. And it's not like you're hurt. You're shocked.
Mate,
And that moment
chess
of
match.
just shock.
It's a chess match.
Exactly right. The moment of shock, he comes on you, leans all of his body weight on you, and you're gone. Like Deontay Wilder could not handle
Oh
it.
mate, that was such a good fight.
That third fight they had,
Proved
one of the greatest fights
He's.
of all time.
I'm
Yeah.
a big Anthony Joshua fan, like a very big Anthony Joshua fan, and I don't. Oh, Joshua, firstly, he should not
Don't
have
say
He
big.
should not have lost to I just forgot his name.
Andy Ruiz.
No,
yeah.
no, the guy he just lost to.
Oh yeah,
the Swedish
new,
bloke.
Yeah, the new bloke.
Oslander.
Yeah, that's the one.
Osik.
I think he had like
Usyk,
2
Usyk.
losses now in a row.
Yeah,
He's lost to-
two of the last three.
Two of the last
Last
three.
four.
He
Four.
beat-
Two of the
he
last
beat-
four. Two of the last
So he
four.
lost to Ruiz and then he beat
Ruiz,
Yeah.
and then he beat Pulev,
Yeah,
and then he lost to
Usyk.
Usyk.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think I don't think I don't know if Joshua would even could do even 3 rounds against Fury. He's just
Yeah.
he's just too good.
He's got to beat Wilder first, and to be honest with you, like Wilder, I wouldn't say Wilder is a complete boxer.
He's not a boxer. He's just got
Wilder
he's just got power.
He's like the one punch man, you know.
He is. Yeah, no, 100%.
Literally one punch.
His technique is shit. And this is coming from someone that I've done like 10 boxing classes. His technique is terrible.
Yeah.
Talk about boxing. This is something you know more about. How do you feel about our mate Jake Paul? Should we start from? Should we
Apparently
start?
he's fighting
What
Tommy
a
Fury now,
chat.
Tyson's younger brother. So
I think Jake Paul to beat. He's gone from beating. Let me see, Deji.
Yep.
Which Deji, I reckon Deji would have won that if he would have trained properly.
If he trained
I
hard,
know,
man.
right?
And then he's gone to fight Addison Gibb, which was it was a funny shutout.
It was.
Yeah,
It was
It is,
unfortunate.
mate. He looked at that moment. He was the best YouTube
Yeah.
boxer. And this is coming.
think so.
This is coming from the number 1 KSI fan.
Yeah.
And then he fought
Nate Robinson.
Askren. Oh no, Robinson.
Nate
Nate
Robinson
Robinson.
first, yeah.
Nate Robinson. Sorry.
He
Yeah.
got memed really
Yeah,
bad.
that was
That was dirty.
crazy,
Nate Robinson
crazy.
shouldn't even been in that ring. And then it was
Askren.
Ben Askren, which Askren has just had a hip replacement,
and the guy was.
and he can't box to save his life.
He
I watched the
literally
fight
looked
the other-
like a.
yeah.
He looked like he had a beer belly, like a.
Oh mate, he
dad
should
bod,
not have been.
bro.
He should not have been in that ring. And then Woodley, who he put up a good fight, and I think that was scored quite wrong. I think I had Jake Paul
Yeah.
6 rounds. Well, how many rounds was it? 8.
Right,
Yeah, it was.
I had 5-3, Jake Paul.
Yeah. But if you
So-
saw the fight, like he didn't want to finish, he didn't want to close. He just
Exactly.
coming in and then just never.
And
He got him against the ropes at one time, which he did well.
Yeah.
the biggest criticism that everyone has for Jake Paul is he hasn't fought a boxer.
He hasn't.
And he you know, like he talks such a big game. And I think, honestly, if Deji were to have beaten Jake Paul, the whole YouTube boxing landscape would have changed.
It wouldn't
drastically.
have.
It would not be what it is right now.
No, it wouldn't. This would have never happened.
in a
Been
way-
dead, probably, honestly.
In a way, Jake Paul, I'm actually sort of glad he beat Deji.
I'm as
just
well.
because it has elevated sort of that sort of thing. Like Vidal now. Vidal, who if he were to...
It's not a fat deal as well. Did you see that? It's a 3-year deal, and it because now Matchroom Boxing, which is one of the big promoters,
UK, yeah.
they now with DAZN, another company was with DAZN as well. So now he signed a fat deal to Sky Sports, like something like I think it's like $3 to $5 million a year.
And he on it because he trained KSI.
Yeah.
Everyone with any sort of knowledge knows that the guy is incredible. If
He's
he
a
were to
great
box
boxer.
Jake Paul, if he
I
were
don't
to
wanna
box
say it.
Jake Paul,
It'd be a first round knockout.
he'd be just absolutely flattening the guy on the deck, you know. But he doesn't really classify himself as a YouTuber. He does sort of pursue YouTube a little bit, but he's a boxer first, you know. And so he's sort of in between that sort of YouTube and boxing thing, you know. He's in between it. But Jake Paul is a YouTuber
Yeah.
who's done boxing and done it really well
Oh yeah.
because he has literally handpicked his fights to perfection.
And his marketing is also on another level.
Exactly right. And
He markets
now
the fight so well.
now he's going against Tommy Fury,
Yeah.
which is the perfect time to do it because Tyson Fury has just beaten
David-
Deontay Wilder in one of the greatest fights of all time. So now we go into Tommy Fury, which we all have very high
Do you
expectations.
have a prediction for the fight?
I have Tommy Fury winning,
What
but I
round?
have it winning in the 5th round because I think
Is
Tommy.
it 8? I think it's 8 as well.
Yeah, so I think Tommy Fury is going to play an interesting game.
Oh, you will.
Where he will sort of feint, like, as Tyson Fury does, he will feint and try bait Jake Paul a fair bit.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
Jake Paul hasn't really fought a skillful boxer.
No, he hasn't.
And that is something that Tommy Fury, he can do. He can be skillful. He can feint, he can entice Jake Paul into throwing them punches, and then all of a sudden, bang. One hit shocks him, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all you need. All you need to sort of take down someone without the proper experience of going against a proper top-tier amateur skillful fighter.
Exactly.
So it's, you know, and that's just hypothetical. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's going to happen like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That is my predictions.
It's just prediction at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
So, you know,
Jason, yourself? Elliot?
Tommy Fury as well. Around the 5th round as well, 4th, 5th round, middle of the fight, you know.
I hate to say this, and this is coming from a Jake Paul hater. I got to
Jake Paul.
go into the decision. Tommy Fury wins the split. Split decision.
yeah, I can see that happening. I can
I
see
don't
that
think
happening.
Tommy Fury just proved. Anybody saw Tommy Fury's last fight, he couldn't even knock out this dude who was like 5'6" and weighed like barely weighed 100. He probably weighed 30 kilos left. No, probably like 20 kilos left than Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is just got the last name. He hasn't proved himself. If he beat, I don't even know if he'll beat Jake Paul. I'll be honest.
So-
I don't think Jake Paul won't knock him out, but it will be a decision. I have Tommy Fury split. But I won't be surprised if Jake Paul gets a split
So
decision.
here's why I think Tommy Fury will win, and it will be a sort of a referee stoppage. I wouldn't say it's a knockout.
Yeah.
I think it's a referee stoppage because
Yeah.
I know, like I said, Tommy Fury more skillful than he has power.
He hasn't fought a good opponent.
And
Jake Paul's fought better opponents than Tommy Fury.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I believe that Jake Paul, because he bleeds so easily,
He does.
because he cops a couple punches to the face, all of a sudden his face doesn't look the same.
Yeah, the Gibb fight,
Yeah,
the Deji
exactly
fight.
right. Deji fight, bro. Deji destroyed the guy's nose. And Deji literally covered up most of the time.
Gibb punched him one time and he was bleeding
Exactly
straight
right.
up.
So that's why I think it's going to be a stoppage. It's going to be a referee stoppage.
Yeah, I could say that.
So that's
Like cut or something.
and that's why I say 5 rounds, because it's going to take time for the referee to actually have to
No,
sort of
I
take
see it. Now let's do. Okay, we talk about that. We talk about that. Okay, you want to talk about? Let's talk about school. So you boys both went to public school.
Yep.
And can you give me some give me some positives about public school? And you both went to a co-ed public school as well.
Yep.
So give me. You know, tell, if you don't mind, tell everybody where you went to school and then give us your experience.
So I'm releasing more information to the public
We
eye,
don't
which
get
is all good.
Yeah.
I went to Port Hacking High School. The reason why I went there was because my dad actually went in, sort of talked to the principal and that, and the PE teachers and that, and he was like, do you guys have rugby union? They were like, yes. Turns out they didn't. So we went there, and they're a performing arts school, but they are much more of a sports school than a performing arts school.
Yeah.
They're very big on soccer, very big on swimming, and our league team was actually pretty good as well. And so we went there. Sports was great. Music was pretty good. Did a couple nights and whatever else, where we performance nights, and I thought that was awesome. But I guess, like, you know, if it's like public school, you're not like paying the full tuition, you know.
Oh mate,
so it's
the amount my parents had to pay.
Yeah, that's why. So.
Yeah. But did you have a good time? Did you feel like?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had like a good education experience, and then we'll go friendship, then social experience?
Yeah. So I started with the social experience, and that's a bit easier to talk about.
Yeah.
I got along very well with the people in the years above me and the years below me. Not just 1 year above me. I'm talking 2, 3, 4 years above me. I love those guys. I still hang out with those guys now.
Yeah.
I'm still real good mates with them now. I still talk to the dudes who are in year 12 now. Like, they're doing agency now, and we finished 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I still talk to those guys. I think they're awesome, whatever else. The dudes in my year, I still play basketball with, of course, Duca, and we did play with Dion, play with Jared as well.
Yeah.
I went to school with those guys, love those guys, they're awesome. So my social life was very good. But I think one thing that really hindered it was the fact that I wasn't a gamer. I didn't have a console. I only had a Wii. And you know, all the boys, they always come into school. They're like, "Oh man, I can't believe you dropped like 40 on me in 2K." And I'm like, "What? Like, what is this?"
What happened?
So yeah, I'm just watching a bunch of YouTube videos, trying to understand what they're talking about. And So and then the education-wise, I think education was good if you put in the effort. If you were able to sort of suck in, if you were like a dry sponge going into a wet bucket of water, like a full 1 litre bucket of water, stick yourself in there and you soaked in all this information, did your work, you would have done fine. I could not be bothered. Like, I didn't study for my HSC. I sort of knew what I wanted in life, and I just mucked around at school. I didn't really take it too seriously, so it wasn't great for me. I ended up getting a 64, 65 ATAR, 66 maybe. So yeah, and you had an excuse, you had a concussion or whatever. So for me, I just didn't really care. So
Right. And Jace, what about you? You want to talk about?
So for me, I went to a school in Shire called Endeavour Sports High School, so it's also a sports high school as well. So I was in a talented sports program for basketball. Shout out Endeavour, by the way. But, well, no, yeah, like in terms of like social-wise and like education, I think like as later years, as Isaac was saying, you know, it depends how much effort you put in. Because a lot of guys I went to school with, I originally went to Endeavour for sport. I didn't care about education. Education was like, okay, I have to do it, but you know, I didn't care about it. But then as you get older and that, and also we had a new principal come in year 8 for me, so 2016, and yeah, he just changed the culture there. So like in terms of public school, I think compared to like a private, like we still have ties now, but like compared to a private school, you know, it's not as much like strict or, you know, like, you know, as like a timetable, you know, you have to put in the effort, you know, just to get the marks you want, and all up to you end of the day.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I went to Waverley College, which I assume a lot of people will know what that is. Single sex, private, Catholic. So our social life, I would say it was pretty good. But at the end of the day, you're stuck with the same 100, 200 people. And you're just like, you've got to be friends with this person, be friends with this person. I'm only friends with maybe 5 or 6 kids now that I went to school with, and none of them, 3 of them were in the same group currently, and then another couple aren't, you know? And that's what I would say about social life. And year 12, it sucked. Like, I stopped hanging out. I'm now friends with a couple of people I was friends with in year 12, but like, I hadn't spoken to most of them in 2 years. And now, and with education, you really can't do much better. Your private school, you're paying what you get. You're having teachers that are there for you. They run extra classes. If you want to get there early, they have if you need special learning considerations, they'll have people who will come in early, run classes, and teach you how to write properly and teach you how to spell properly if it's that bad. But you're paying what? You pay $30,000 a year.
Crazy.
And then I assume it's Scots and these in Coppell, these schools that are costing $60,000, $70,000 a year. Probably it's even more crazier. But yeah, I enjoyed private school, and I would personally, obviously this isn't going to come. You would probably send your kids to public schools because you've experienced public schools. Mine, I want to send to private schools, obviously the same reason, because I've experienced private schools. But I'm starting my kids. They will be going to the local primary school. I think you've got to experience the local primary school.
You don't want to, like, from kindergarten, even preschool sometimes, be like,
you're stuck in a
forcing a kid
bubble.
to wear a tie.
You don't want to be
Exactly.
stuck in a bubble.
You want them to get out, get in trouble, you know. You want them to do, like, as a kid should be doing, you know.
And for those people in the Shire where I sort of live, like, a lot of them just did their schooling in the Shire, like, from primary school to high school. Never left it, only ever left it to go to nightclubs. That was it.
Good
you know,
people.
they never really went to Bay Vista and Brighton. They never went to Cheppo's Burgers in Liverpool. You know, they never went to Barbecue City Buffet, Korean barbecue in Bankstown. You know, they never went to those places. They're always just stuck around there. They're like, oh, you know, let's go to Highfields and Carrying Bar. Like, yeah, that's great, but still, you got to experience some culture, man.
Oh, mate, it's the same. Like a lot of, I've a mate, I won't say his name because he'll be on the podcast, probably either the next one or the one after. Who doesn't know? He didn't know where I lived. He didn't know, and he lives in Paddington. He
doesn't know La Perouse.
He doesn't know La Perouse. You both know who he is.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know the eastern suburbs. They're like, some of these eastern suburb kids are stuck in their bubble, and they don't even know my side of the east. They wouldn't even know how to get to bloody where you boys live. I do. I'm not, because I'm not stuck in the fucking bubble.
Yeah.
Like for someone like me, like Isaac can relate. You know, I know from like the Shire to like eastern suburbs to Bankstown. To,
you boys are good.
Definitely.
All over Sydney,
You boys are really good.
So I go to church in the city. So I go through literally like half my trip to your place is half my trip to church.
Yeah.
So I already know half the way there, and then La Perouse, I've been there a special number of times.
Oh, mate, exactly. Okay, I think I'm pretty. You guys want to talk about anything else, or? I think
I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, we pretty much ran through everything. Yeah. So now we're doing these 2 segments that I've introduced. I thought, why not give it a go? First one we're doing is called the 10. So these are 10 questions which I'm going to ask everybody who's on the podcast, and I want to hear their opinion on them. So we'll start with who wants to go first? Well, I'll go. You answer it, and then you answer it. So we'll go with Jason first.
Sure.
So tell us about your most recent social media picture, and if you haven't posted recently, tell me a reason why you don't post a lot.
So I haven't posted since like March, and it was a trip to Culburra with the boys.
It looked like a good time.
You know, with the boys, it's always good on a holiday trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really post on, like lockdowns played upon that. But also, just like I've also been trying to stay away from social media as much. You know, it's hard for like people our age and that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just trying to stay off it, or even like limit, to a certain amount, or even just be like, all right, I've been on it too much. I'm gonna not go on it for another hour or so.
Yeah. How do you feel about like social media, like in like this time, like how you have certain people that will post everything, and how realistically to meet people, it's all through social media nowadays?
So I think like social media, like we can all play upon this as well, but like it's to show off something sometimes are not, or like show off how great your life is, and that.
Yeah, exactly.
When in reality it could be something else. So I've done it before. We've probably all done it before.
Of course,
but,
100%.
But still, like you see people like on stories, oh yeah, we're at the club, whatever, and then reality is
they're just like bumping their head
standing in the
music.
corner, like
I'm sorry, guys,
we know you, Sam, but like no, you see like people in the store. Like I've been with friends, like they'll be like, oh, at the club, had a great time. And they're just on the couch on the.
Oh yeah, people do that. Say at least me, I'm authentic. If I'm posting a story, I love Instagram. So if I'm posting a story on Instagram, I'll be posting a story of me dancing, and then I'll put it up, and I'll still be there for the next hour or two.
Yeah, just like last night. Yeah,
exactly. Or if I'm posting
genuine,
or if I post I'd love to post the 3 of us playing basketball. It's great because we always do some dumb shit.
It's genuine,
so fun.
It's us having a good time and being idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
that is honestly like. There is nothing better than posting something that is legit.
Oh yeah, you have to
that you're genuinely into. And
you have to be yourself, and you have to be your authentic self at the end of the day. And Isaac, question for you.
So
about your
social media.
Yeah, about the social media.
Got that. Yeah. So I remember now. My most recent post was earlier in the year when I went to Gold Coast.
Yes, that's what it was.
And bro, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Posting those photos did not emphasize how good the experience was.
Yeah.
For anyone that ever wants to go there, like it's so much better with people that you really enjoy being with. I was with my family, and I got to spend the time. We did all the theme parks with my sisters and that.
Yeah, look like
the best time of my life. I'm telling you, like that week was easily the best week of my life. Had so much fun, and didn't spend heaps of money either. Like I think
you don't spend a lot on Gold Coast,
and all throughout the whole week, because there was 4 of us, we shared the money amongst all of us.
Yeah.
Including Ubers and that, we probably spent in a week probably $1,000.
Wow.
Just for like a trip for a week.
Wow.
Only
That's
$1,000.
unreal.
And that was incredible. Like the rides were so much fun. And that post, man, like I wish I was into talking more on social media, like writing more as a caption and that, but I just sort of like I'm a very simple guy.
You are.
What you see from me is what you get.
Exactly.
Like, I'll just say, oh yeah, man, had a blast, and I genuinely had a blast.
That's one of the main reasons I want to do this podcast. I want to hear like stories. That's why I call this like a TED Talk / interview type thing.
Yeah,
because
like what people are going to be like listening can relate to.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be able to relate to some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is just a conversation about three guys who love what they're doing.
Exactly. And my social media. Let me see. I just put up one this morning, and it was just me and a couple of mates at the club last night, and then on last week, I just posted because I like to post like good moments and like because at the end of the day, like even with this podcast, I want to look back at this and say 10 years from now, I'm looking at my Instagram like, oh yeah, I did this, and this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember my first episode we talked about Dave Chappelle, how he's getting cancelled.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And
we talked about the NBA champions. It turns out it wasn't the Warriors.
Exactly. And okay, number 2. Who's your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration, first of all, I just want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for who I am today.
100%.
Shout out to him. 100%. And also God for the plan set out for me.
Yep.
But yeah, like here on earth, just, my parents,
Yeah.
such a role model for me, to lead me in and out every day, what to do and what not to do. And they're a great example to me.
Yeah. That's good. Do you have any, anything your mum or dad has, said to you that you can remember?
Anything
quote, or something like some quote or something you remember that?
Some quote? Not really. I'll probably say my parents are strict on me, but they're also end of the day, we're all young adults. It's our choice at the end of the day. So they just say they lead me in the right direction. But at the end of the day, it's our choice. So
that's so good. They give you that freedom as well.
Exactly.
I know
it's a good amount of both.
Plenty of people whose parents are so strict they just won't even let them leave the house after 10.
Oh yeah, I know. Yep, my brother has friends and they're 18 and they still can't. They got to be home at certain times.
Yeah,
18.
Yeah.
My mum said once I was 18, mum's like, yeah, just do what you want, just make sure you're safe.
Yeah, and my mum, she'll wait up for me, and unless I message her, I'll be like, I'll be home at 1, 2 a.m, whatever.
Yeah.
She'll be like, okay, I'll stay up till 10, 11 o'clock, and then I'll go to bed. And that's great. My mum still waits up for me. If I'm home early enough, she'll show me the dinner that she's made me, whatever else. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And your biggest inspiration, Mr. Clark?
So, as a full-on devout Christian as well, I have a sort of an interesting sort of inspiration. I have a biblical inspiration that I always want to aspire to be. It's Moses. Moses in the Bible. He was actually in the Bible. It says he was the most humble man in the world.
Yeah.
And he could connect to Jesus, to God in a completely different way that anyone else could.
Yeah.
So I sort of wanted to, in a specific point in my life, I want to be at that point where I can say, I can connect to God differently to how I used to connect to him years back.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. And sort of earthly inspiration. As Jason said, his parents, of course, they're a massive inspiration for me. But I want to go in a different direction. I would say for a footy career, for me, biggest inspiration would have to be Artie Savia. He's my favourite player at the moment. And the guy, when he first started out his career, his brother outshone him big time. His brother was a winger, one of the best wingers in the world at the time, scored 8 tries in a Rugby World Cup campaign. He was incredible. It's just ridiculous. And his brother just consistently made little steps to up his game. Little steps. To the point where in 2019, I thought he was the best player in the world. That's the sort of level he was at. And in 2019, he suffered with vision impairment as well.
Oh, wow.
So he tried out wearing goggles so he could sort of protect his eyes in footy. And I just thought, sort of like little changes like that. I think that's huge inspiration for me.
Oh, 100%.
Someone who can make little changes in such a drastic way over time.
100%. I'm trying to, let me see mine. But probably, I'll just do my parents, I guess. I don't know. They're always there. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, just because I have to.
I would say LeBron, probably. Yeah. Work ethic and I've had old basketball coaches. Like this old coach I had, always inspired me to get better. I shouted his name, Bruce Bodden, if anybody know who that is.
Big Brucey, mate.
He was good. I'm hoping I'm going to try and get him on the podcast eventually as well. Okay, the next question. What's your worst drunk experience?
Worst drunk experience? So back in year 12, I think 2 days before, we're heading back in year 12, so this was last year pre-COVID, I had a few too many drinks, and then it was my friend's 18th, by the way, and we went to a park in there, and then, ended up the night sleeping in a bush.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. Oh, that is really good.
So,
Hi, Zach.
So for me, I don't actually drink and I've never been drunk. But I have been in parties where people have been drunk and stuff like that. I've also come home from work Well, I've also gone from work. Anyone who doesn't know, I used to work in Ramsgate IGA.
Great, best IGA out there.
Don't really want to shout them out anymore because I don't work there anymore,
Yeah.
but that's fine. And I used to park my car in the Ramsgate RSL. I remember finishing at 9:15 at night, going out to my car. I see this stuff on the floor. I'm like, oh, what's this? Walk over it, and I just like put my flashlight on it. I'm like, bro, what is this? Turns out it was someone's vomit.
Oh my
right
God.
Next to my car.
That's disgusting.
Out of all the cars that were in the whole parking lot, they decided to go right next to my car.
Oh, mate.
The worst part was it was on the driver's side, so I couldn't actually get into my
fucking
car.
hell.
So I had to go around, and my big frame is very difficult. I almost let go of the handbrake, and yeah, so that was a bad experience. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
So,
My worst trucking experience. I'm just gonna say the Newcastle story, because it's a long story. It'll take me. I'll give you a quick one. Okay, it was my grandfather's birthday before he passed away, and we started at Hunter Valley. We started drinking. We ended up in Newcastle. Continued to drink, and then we went out. Continued to drink. At this point, I might have had 20 to 30 beers. I didn't know when I was drinking at this point.
doesn't know what he's drinking.
No idea.
Never good.
Everything tasted the same at this point. I went to the bathroom and it came up both ways. Yep. And then I was shivering for the rest of the night, and then I couldn't walk the next day.
A trooper.
I'll give you the full. There will definitely be an episode when I give you a full detail story of this, but yeah.
What a guy, bro! Everyone's gonna want to see this next episode.
Oh yeah, they will. They will.
Like, messages like, bro, like, tell us about the Newcastle story.
So no, I would say the Newcastle story, and people know what it is. Have I told you boys about the Newcastle story?
Oh, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Okay,
so,
well, I'll
yeah.
do after the podcast. I'll tell you about it. Okay, what about who was your first celebrity crush?
My first celebrity crush, like,
We all know.
there's two, honestly. Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah.
You still have a crush
We
on her, mate.
bullied-
Don't even lie.
So we bully Jason like all the time about how he's got a crush
When I
on
was younger,
Ariana
He
Grande.
still has
I
a
was
crush on
younger.
Ariana Grande.
And then like when I was younger, like I used to watch like Nickelodeon shows and all that.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys seen the show iCarly? I think
Yeah, of
couple
course,
times,
yeah, I love
Carly
that show.
Shay back then. I was like,
Yeah. What's her real name?
Miranda Cosgrove.
Miranda Cosgrove, yeah, that's it.
She was my, like, at the time, I was like, this is my future wife, you know.
It's not too late. Fly to America, go find her. And Isaac.
Lola Bunny from Space Jam. But on a real though, man, anyone ever seen that first Transformers movie?
Oh yeah, mate.
Do I even need to say the name? Do I even need to say the name?
Sheesh.
So I'll just leave it at that.
Oh yeah, mine's my. I won't be boring, but yeah, that was my first one. But I'm trying to think. What did I watch back in the day?
Actually, do you
Maybe
remember?
Selena Gomez, I guess, because I did watch Wiz. I remember watching Wiz the way we played. But I still have celebrity. Selena Gomez is still like. Oh no, what do you Vanessa Hudgens? High School Musical.
Not bad. But do you guys remember ABC3? There was
ABC,
Ambo and Scott. I thought those two should like 100%
So dating,
just
right,
get
yeah.
together. But
I didn't.
That was when ABC3 was like in its prime. you
yeah,
know?
100%. Kano, they had
Yeah.
Whatever the Jimmy
Kano.
dude was name.
I've never heard of it.
This guy, he's a man of no culture.
yeah.
No, I watched Nickelodeon Disney Channel, bro. That was my shit.
For everyone that you know, like can hear us right now and then, ABC3, and understand what we're talking about, ABC3.
Let
Yeah,
us know.
please.
Let us know.
Yeah, please chuck this in the comments because
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh.
Yeah, what's your best experience from ABC3s? Come on.
Okay, yeah.
Favorite
Actually,
show.
Great question for everybody. I want to know your favorite. This is ask you guys, and I want everybody to respond back. Your favorite show growing up. This can be Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, anything. Mine would have been, I would say, I remember watching Wizards of Waverly Place, and I remember watching. I'm trying to think, iCarly. No, this is the best. Drake and Josh.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. I literally was
Drake
just about
and
to
Josh.
say that.
Drake and Josh.
Well, so for me personally, something that's been there for years and like throughout my whole childhood, honestly, until like recently, Total Drama. That whole that whole series, that was the funniest, man. Weekly episodes.
What was the final one? Total Drama World Tour. Was that the final one? I can't remember.
They've had like even more than, but like still,
Total Drama Action, Total Drama Island, Total Drama
Jesus
World
Christ,
Tour.
how
They
many
did all them.
Total Dramas are there?
It was sick though.
And they're still going. Like it's forever
serious?
goated.
So this is something that I still watch now. Like I watched it the other day with my parents, and we had the best laugh. Wipeout.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
love
good. That is, yeah, it's
Wipeout,
great show.
of course,
Them
man.
big balls, bro. They're
When
the
you jump,
funniest thing.
Yeah, they're good, eh? They are so funny.
Pause.
I already, pause.
I knew you were gonna do that. Wait, don't even think about clipping that. Yeah.
So this isn't a great question for you guys because I already know the answer. but like instead, I want you to give you okay. I want you to answer this without giving the answer that I'll know. What's your favorite activity to do? So it can't be rugby, it can't be basketball.
Okay.
You want to go first, Tyson?
My favourite activity to do. I'm not going to say gym, even though it is right now gym, of course, but I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
What would I say my favourite activity is? Oztag.
Yeah.
I play Oztag on a Monday night with workmates.
Oztag's fun.
You guys have no idea how much I am looking forward to playing Oztag on Monday night. I absolutely snapped this ankle's kids the other day. This kid's ankles.
Oh yeah, you were telling me. Yeah.
It was a shame that the play got called back.
Oh really?
I caught the ball and stepped the dude and the guy. Like these are all high school year 12 kids, so I'm basically bullying kids. But yeah, and then we play in a mixed comp, so the girls and girls tries count as 2. So we ended up only scoring 7 tries. The other team scored 8, but we won because 2 of our tries were from a girl, and so we won 9-8. And I ended up actually tackling a girl, which was pretty funny. The ball was on the floor, we both dived for it, and I just ended up pushing her right out of the way. It's the funniest thing ever.
All right. And Jace?
So for me, like recently I've been getting back into the gym again, so
Yep.
I love that. Just trying to get a bigger physique and that, for basketball now.
Yep.
But also like my main activity, it's just like doing whatever with friends. Like it can be anything. Like
true.
Like I think I've said to this Isaac the other day, but like we could be watching like a war dry, like paint dry.
Yeah.
But if you were the boys,
exactly.
It's
so
much
fun.
fun.
I remember you saying this. Yeah. Okay. What about the best place you've travelled to?
Best place I've travelled to. I haven't really travelled too much. Like
even if
like
it's
when
in
I was
Australia, anywhere.
Probably like the Gold Coast, like back in E5. So.
Yeah. Gold Coast is still fun though.
Yeah.
I do like the Gold Coast.
Yeah, I mean, because I did Gold Coast, but I'm going to say New Zealand. Like back home, bro.
I need to go so bad in New Zealand.
It's incredible. I went to Auckland. We did a full. Last time I went there, we did a trip to all around Auckland. Went to Rotorua, the stinky river.
Yeah.
We did the luge, which is just go karting. So sick. Yeah. And like just so many places to visit in New Zealand. So.
And what are your goals in the next year or two?
My goals next year or 2 is to like be seriously be in shape to play professional basketball. But I'm already at that stage where really close. So that's a goal for me. And also just like pursue my uni degree, be doing well in life. And I also want to financially be in a spot where like I want to have my own place soon. Financially be able to live myself as a 21-year-old. I'll be in 2 years.
Awesome.
Good man. Yourself?
Yeah, I want to make Australian under 20s for rugby union within the coming year.
Yep.
I would like to do that, and then also, as Jason said, financially, like I work at Audi right now, working 35-hour weeks, whatever else, sometimes 40-hour weeks. It's actually good pay. I really enjoy my job.
It does pay.
I love my job. I actually reckon it's so sick. I work with, because the team that I play for Oztag with is my workmates. And like it's so much fun. It's just a different side of people that you don't see. And I want to be able to sort of work my way up rather than just being a normal store assistant. Like, I'd rather be like a duty manager like I was at IGA. So
fair enough.
Pretty cool. So,
where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I know I hate this question as well, but I wanted to hear people's answers.
He's answering it himself before he even lets us answer, bro.
Where I see myself in 5 years, so I'll be 24. I'll be 24 in 5 years, yeah. So hopefully,
Yeah, almost 25, yeah.
Wife and 5 kids.
Hopefully, No, but hopefully, have a missus and, own place and that. By then, I would have graduated uni and...
Yeah, you'll be done,
whether I'll be in a position to play professional basketball or have a uni degree and, have a career or a full-time job.
I respect it, honestly. Isaac, yourself?
Yeah, be playing professional rugby union, whether it be for the All Blacks or for the Wallabies or whatever else.
Yeah.
And I think at that age, I would probably like to have a girlfriend who would soon then be my wife. At that age, I guess. So I'd like to marry sort of young.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But sort of just get myself set. I think getting myself set financially would be great. So that's a huge thing.
I'm trying to think, mate, in 5 years. Oh God, so I hate this.
He'll be on his 7th girlfriend.
I'll be the 7th
2
girlfriend.
divorces.
2 divorces. Honestly, I want to start thinking about creating my own business within advertising. That's what I want. I want to at least have I think so. I should be, about that point, I'll be either 2 or 3 years, depending on what happens with uni when I finish in the workforce.
He wants this podcast to be the #1 podcast in the world.
Yeah, let's take that. Honestly,
5 years.
Honestly, I want that. I would love to keep doing this.
3 years. Mark my word, 3 years.
3 years. You hear that? Thanks, my boy.
He's gonna be put up on Joe Rogan's podcast, and all of a sudden his podcast is gonna go way through the roof. Bro. Joe Rogan Experience.
Who's that?
Joe Rogan.
Who's that? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I want to try and direct a feature film. That'd be cool. And then But it'd be great. And then I just want to, let's see, basketball. I just want to keep playing. You know, keep playing. I just want to be healthy. The next 5 years, I just want to be healthy.
Yeah.
I would love to be a 24-year-old just to be able to pick up any sport and just be like, man, this is how good I was back when I was 10.
Exactly.
You know? And be even better than that.
Exactly. And then is there anything you're working on now? So example, I gave the boys example. So like what I'm working is obviously this. Anything?
So like, two things: basketball, my body, and that. You know?
Yeah.
And also like recently, I've been getting some clients. You know, potentially start my own basketball training business. So one-on-one. So you know,
I didn't know about
that's
that.
not works. Hopefully, you can start next year. So
You should.
Because I've always been, since a young age, since I was like 15, been training people, getting them in the basketball shape of that, getting them to a certain level.
You'd be good at it, honestly.
And I already do it as a job now, so you know, might as well do it on the side, and because I'm passionate for it, and you know.
Yeah, why not? Of course, you want to do something you enjoy at the end of the day, and you can get decent. You can actually get really good money. I've seen people charging like $100 an hour. It's fucked.
Yeah. My PT charges $50, but it's for an hour session, and honestly, PTs are great for the first couple of months when you're starting out, trying to get yourself back in shape and whatever else. And once you know everything, bro, just sort of
that's all you.
don't need a PT. So, and bro, don't get me wrong, I love my PT, bro. Wade, if you're watching this, my bro, you're a guy. you're one of the coolest dudes I know. Just super chill. Works me harder than anyone else.
Shout out to Wade.
Yeah, shout out my boy Wade.
And so that's sort of what I'm working on is my body as well.
Yeah.
He's getting me into shape, but more than just losing weight, he's building up my strength as well. You know.
You're looking a little bit.
Cheers, bro. He's helping me with my body, my bench press form and stuff like that when it comes to weights, and
That's still my problem.
helping my joints and everything get right. And he's so sick. So I love you, Wade. Like, you're awesome.
And then the final one of the 10 we got was something you wish was legal in Australia. So you boys know what mine is. So
do you want to go into it, or?
Yeah, I'll go into it quickly. So I don't do weed. Realistically, we live in Australia and I hang out with a lot of mates that do it. I'm not going to say any names, obviously.
I was going to cough and say something.
Yeah, no. But I want to start it's one of the most profitable things in the world. So I want to start, and I want to sell weed. That's the only reason. I want that legal so I can sell it.
Entrepreneurial, this guy.
Exactly. Come on now. This is something
this guy.
I've been talking about for a while. I've been talking about since before I knew you guys. So this has been like a 2-3 year thing I've been talking about.
Mate, this guy he's on it.
Mate, we're going places.
Big money places.
Exactly. Come on now. And boys, something you wish was legal in Australia?
Nothing really. It's more of just like quarantine and that, you know, like just go back to what we were before. But nothing really. Like I wish from illegal to legal. Just get rid of quarantine and all this COVID. You know, that's really it for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, hey, I wish right now I was able to go back to New Zealand. I think that'd be great.
I want
that to be.
I'm pretty sure it's December, I think?
December,
The first or something?
It comes down to whether Jacinda Ardern is just like, we want you, or no, we don't want you. You know, but I mean, sort of legality-wise, I don't even know, hey. Like marijuana for medical uses and stuff like that, whatever drugs people need.
Yeah, exactly.
I completely understand that, and whether you want to be able to make money for that is 100%, bro. So
exactly.
But imagine if you could be selling that to like them pharmacies and shit.
Oh mate, exactly. Think about it. Or you just do, or in America they just have their own storefronts, and they go. Someone comes in, they go drop off a couple grand. And it's like really good money, honestly. Like it's something I'm very serious about it, like 100%.
Bro, I'll tell you what we should do one day. We should do some hunting.
Facts.
As in,
fun.
like, just something like firing a couple guns, bro.
Oh, it'd be fun.
I'll be down.
Bro.
And I shot a gun in America. It's one of the best feelings in the world. I was in a gun range. I didn't try to shoot it anyway. I'm not a fucking idiot. But like,
just like give me all your money.
No, but it's good. It's everybody. You should shoot a gun at a gun range. At least once.
So good.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah, I've seen videos of it, man. Like people firing LMGs and even little Uzis and that. Like the recoil is crazy.
Yeah. Oh mate, I shot a rifle and nearly hit me in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's so sick though. Like
it's cooked. They weigh
They weigh a lot from another.
It's not like just like in COD when they can just run around and fucking sprint with a gun.
Yeah. Dolphin dive and
exactly.
aim at someone when you're going down. Like,
you can't sprint with a gun.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this was just other stuff when I thought. As I said, this is my first episode, so we're trying out new stuff. So this week's W and L's. So I explained to you boys what I meant by that. So my W for this week, I don't know, I reckon it's got to be this. Starting off my first episode, you know? Starting off a new podcast. And then the L is, I'm trying to think. Yeah, probably, I don't know. I took an L. Oh, basketball. Yeah, I played pretty shit.
Or your voice today.
Yeah, my voice is like pretty bad. My throat is like feel like it's been stabbed. That's probably like my big L.
Yeah.
Oh no, here we go, good one. I was speaking to this chick last night and nothing happened.
Yo. Nah, good to be friends though. Good to be friends.
Yeah.
If she's watching this, bro, he just wants to be friends.
Yeah, sure. Chase yourself.
So for me, like a W this week, you know, just being on here, you know. So
Yeah.
experiencing that,
I
you know.
appreciate it, my boy.
I've always wanted to be on a podcast, so like, you know.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to the Reupload,
Same
you know.
here.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
that.
Yeah, so this is a W, and also for me, like, you know, just basketball related, like, I don't know, just like this past year, I've been becoming a better shooter, a better player, honestly. So
This guy dropped like 30 points in our last game. And it was casual 30.
Yeah.
Dropped 15 very easily in the first half.
No, you gotta put your uni. I think that's you got your offer.
and like I was gonna
huge
say that,
W.
like biggest, you know, got into a double degree, you know, which
amazing.
like from what I know, not too many people get into a
Bless
double
my
degree.
bro.
Everyone gets in a single.
You're the first person I know that have been doing that degree.
So like, you know, that's like sick. And then like an L for me this week, I don't know, like, well, probably just Tuesday, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Or any L's you've seen, what about L's in
Oh,
general? Like, have
L's.
you seen anybody take a fat L?
Have I seen anyone? Not really, no. Honestly,
Yeah,
like
fair enough.
my week's been
Yeah,
solid.
Yeah, so my W was having footy training back this week.
Yeah, just
bro,
right. Yeah.
incredible way. Like, just being back in an environment where you're with mates who have the same sort of desires and aspirations as
Yeah.
you. Like, there's nothing like it. Eh?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, I wasn't able to go to training last night because I had work.
Yeah.
Whatever else, that's fine. That's not really an L.
Yeah.
For me, the L was I woke up this morning.
Yeah.
And my ankle was swollen
Oh,
because I worked. So what I did was yesterday morning I had a 6 a.m. class, right? At Anytime Fitness.
Yeah.
It was one of the fitness classes, and it went for like an hour or whatever else, bro.
Yeah.
It was so tough, eh? And then get home, whatever else, have breakfast, and I had a 12 to 9:15 shift, so like a 9-hour shift, and my body's just dead.
Yeah.
Like my body, like I wasn't sore, I was just dead. Couldn't feel anything. And then towards the end of the shift, I'm limping. I'm like, man, like something's wrong, eh? Like I've just been walking around all shift, like
Yeah,
walking around 9 hours. Still cap boots, like it's pretty heavy. Wake up in the morning, bro. Try to stand up and I almost fell back down.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
it's not good. Like, it's,
Fuck
no.
hell.
But it's all good now. Mate. Just rub some Vaseline
my
on that.
God.
So.
That's funny. I reckon that would do it. I think we did a lot longer than we wanted. That's all good. Boys, anything you want to say? Do you want to shout out anything? You want to tell me to tune into something? Do you wanna...
First of all, you know, just like, and again, Jason Welmer, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat
Yep,
handle.
yeah, yep.
And just thank you, Samuel Fraser, for
Samuel
Samuel Fraser for
got my
having us
legal
on the
name.
replay. I appreciate it. This was a nice experience.
Oh, mate.
I'm blessed to be on the first
I'm
episode as
blessed
well.
to have
so
you boys on.
100%. Yeah, always been a dream of mine to do a
Yeah,
podcast
exactly.
and to be on one and love listening to them. So this is going
Yeah.
to be something that
It's cool, eh?
yeah, bro, it's the future. It's the future right here.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Let's hope so.
Big ups to the Reupload.
Anything you want to shout out?
Oh no, just shout out to
Tell them to tune into footy games. One step back.
yeah, actually
Do you know when they're back yet?
everyone start watching my footy games. You know, it's Clutch TV. Clutch TV. Yeah, I'm televised footy player now, so you know you can just pay for the membership, and from there, yeah, or you can come in live and pay $20, and then pay $20 to me as well if you want. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take your money too.
We'll give you got to tip him if you come though.
Tip me some money, and yeah, watch me score a couple tries, and yeah, we should be sweet.
Easy.
Oh, also, Stacey, if you're watching this, bro, Stacey, you dog Southern Districts for Ramwick, bro. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I want you to know that, yeah.
is this Stacey Matango?
Stacey Martin, yeah.
Shout out Stacey.
Okay, let me see. Well, firstly, I got to say shout out to the Nelk boys for, being great podcast guys.
Nelk.
Thanks for, them and I'm trying to think who else podcast.
Impulsive.
Yeah, you got to put Impulsive. You got to put
The What's Good podcast. For
What's Good, Simon
Randolph.
podcast. I got to do. Yeah, they're the main 4 guys I've watched and got me into it. Just shout out to all the people that want to do and want to influence other people. And
100%.
you can look at my socials, Sam Fraser on Instagram and Facebook if you're being a friend on Facebook. And then we got the Ray's Entertainment. You got that on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And then we have a Reupload Instagram page, but this is going to be posted on either the Reupload or Ray's Entertainment. I haven't decided yet. So this will be. We're filming this on Saturday. This will be out on Monday, hopefully, as long as the edit's not hard. And that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in for the first episode of the Reupload podcast. I'm Sam.
Let's go. The Reupload.
Done.